Here we go. There is a mountain of snow up past the big glen. We have a castle enclosed. There is a fountain. Out of the fountain flows gold into a huge hand. That hand is held by a bear who had a sick band of goats and cats and pigs and bats with rooms and bats and wings and rats that play big dogs like queens and kings. And everyone plays drums and sings a big shark, sharp swords, bees, loads of wheat, cakes, mace, lakes. Okay, thank you very much. Hello! Hi, my name is Kevin Sherry. I am author and illustrator of Squidding Around, as well as the Yeti Files and Remy Sneakers, as well as a lot of other books. I am very happy to be here for Cameron Elementary School today. They have asked me, Mrs. Mabe and Mrs. Wyckoff, have asked me to answer a couple cool questions today. So that's what I'm here to do, is answer a couple cool questions, and here they come, fresh off the press. Oh, wow, okay, got the questions here. I got the questions here. Am I ready for them? I don't know. Here, let me tie my hair back. My hair is very long. I haven't been able to get to a barber shop during this whole time. Of course, okay. Okay, let me answer some questions. This first group of questions is from Mrs. Mabe. Let's take a look at these questions. From Izzy. Hello, Izzy. Why did you pick the squid to be the troublemaker instead of the shark? Okay, this is a good question, Izzy. Thank you very much. Okay, the reason, the squid is kind of like my spirit animal, okay? I think squids are very cool, very magical, and very mystical, and very mysterious, actually. I love squids. You can see my very first book. Oh, this is in a foreign language, but my very first book is called I'm the Biggest Thing in the Ocean, and that has a squid in it, okay? And then this is the sequel, I'm the Best Artist in the Ocean. This also stars a squid, you see. And the thing about squids that I think is so mystical and magical is that they are so elusive, they're so hard to find, they're so hard to catch, they live in the deep, deep ocean, so we do not even know all there is to know about squids, and that's what makes them so magical. There could be gigantic squids, there could be squids that we have not even thought of yet, and so there's still like kind of some magic and mystery in it, and that's why I like squids. And also, I made the shark the nice guy and the vegetarian because I wanted to show you that you don't have to always go with the stereotype of what something is, right? Like sharks are supposed to be mean and scary, but in this, I wanted to show you that just because everybody says something doesn't mean it's true. So the shark is nice and eats a lot of kelp. So it's not scientifically accurate, but I wanted to mess with prescribed stereotypes, but I wanted to go against them. That's why the squid is the troublemaker, kind of the me character of the book, and then the shark is the nice guy. Okay, let's answer some more questions. This one from Jathan. What was the first book you wrote? Okay, well, the first book that I had published was this, I'm the Biggest Thing in the Ocean, and it stars this squid who thinks he's just bigger than everything else, okay? This is a very fun picture book. I'm bigger than turtles. I'm bigger than this octopus. I'm even bigger than this shark. Shh. I'm bigger than this fish, and even this fish. I'm the biggest thing in the ocean! Uh-oh. Oh no. Is he really the biggest thing in the ocean? Oh no! Oh my goodness. Where is he now? Oh boy. Oh, but then he looks around. Oh, look at that. And then he says, I'm the biggest thing in this whale! Get it? I'm the biggest thing in this whale? Okay, I don't know if you got the end. Okay, but that's my first book. I'm the biggest thing in the ocean. But that was just my first published book. Let me show you this. Long before I was published by a book company, I was making my own little books on a photocopier, okay? See? These are little comics that I made and photocopied and stapled together, okay? Because before somebody, if you're an artist, before somebody is going to publish you or put you in a gallery, you're going to have to do it yourself, okay? So that's what you have to do when you're an author or a writer. You have to make your own little books, and you make a lot of them, okay? Because you're not going to get published the first time you write a book, all right? And yeah, I have a lot of cool books filled with little cartoons that I made for many, many years. Okay, all right, so that was my first book. Thank you very much, Jathan, for the good question. Now, Leo, have you written any nonfiction stories? Now, I guess I have not written any nonfiction stories that have been published, but I often write comics about my true life escapades. This one is called Burning Man with Dan Deacon. Burning Man is a festival in the desert that I went to, and it was very, very interesting. And that is the true life tale. So I often write about my true life things that happen to me in real life, and I put those in my sketchbook, and I make little books about them too. Like, kind of like a diary comic. Okay, thank you, Leo. Thank you very much. Penny, I love that name. Penny, have you written or illustrated any other books? Yes, many other books. I have the Remy Sneakers series, the Yeti Files series. I think you would really like that. I have 2 more Squidding Around books coming out. Do I have any of my other books? I have plenty of books, okay? So you can check those out. And you saw all my other books. I'm always drawing, okay? You can see here, I have all these sketchbooks everywhere. Oh, there's some sketches for Squidding Around, actually. And these sketchbooks are where my ideas come from, okay? These are all sketches for Squidding Around. Wow, that's great. So I have tons of sketchbooks. Thank you, Penny. Now, Emma, hello, Emma. Why did you make a squid and a shark friends? Normally, one would eat the other. Yes, good point. In a true life science story about sharks and squids, yes, I think the shark would eat the squid, of course. But in my story, this is the first story I wrote that takes place in an elementary school, and I was trying to go for a utopia, a place where everyone gets along, because there we go, Seaweed Elementary, where all kinds of different species live together in harmony and go to this school, because that is just exactly the way our own society is. A lot of different kind of people living together, hopefully in harmony. Thank you, Emma. Brody, why did you choose a squid and a shark for the characters? I think we went over that. Oh, do you want to see another squid? This is a squid from I'm the Biggest Thing in the Ocean, of course. Ta-da! I made I didn't make this, but somebody made this for me. I made that blue head from earlier, though. I am a puppeteer. I just didn't make that one. Okay, thank you, Brody. Brooklyn, why did you want to write a funny book? That's a good question. Now, I think I really wanted to write a funny book, and I just naturally wrote a funny book because those are the kind of books that got me into reading. I love reading, and I like reading serious stuff and scary stuff. But the thing that got me interested in reading in the first place was reading funny stuff. Okay, so that's why I read funny stuff. I think it's I love funny stuff. Some of the first funny stuff I was reading was Garfield and The Far Side and Calvin and Hobbes. Those are all some of my favorite funny things that were the first things that I read. Great question, Brooklyn. Okay, now we're going to go to Mrs. Wyckoff's first grade class. And Jay said, why did you choose a squid and a shark? I think we've gone over the squid and shark a lot. How old are you? Oh my goodness. I am, let me write it here. I am 38 years old. Isn't that old? It's not that old now, though. That's the thing. That used to be old. If you used to watch, like, one of those old movies, and it was, like, a middle-aged man, and they were in there, and they said, how old are they? It said, 38. That made sense. But me, I feel pretty young. 38, and I think there's another question on here. What, from RJ, when were you born? Okay, I'll write that down, too. This is going to blow your minds. Not really. I'm not old at all. I was born in 1982. I'm 38 years old, and I was born in 1982. Okay? There you go. That's the truth. So thank you, RJ and Levi. Thanks for those cool questions. And, Anna. Anna next. Hello, Anna. Let's say, who are some of your favorite illustrators? Thank you for asking. I'm going to show you some of my favorite early illustrators. Now, my first one was Shel Silverstein. And Shel Silverstein draws black and white drawings that illustrate his funny, this is really funny too, funny stuff in here. Some poignant stuff, but also very funny. But you can see, he draws these like kind of cute, kind of creepy, black and white illustrations. Here's some 2 books you should really check out. A Light in the Attic, Where the Sidewalk Ends, also The Giving Tree. This is a really great book. Shel Silverstein is one of my top illustrators of all time, and he kind of draws like a sparse, the page is kind of sparse and empty, but it's very lyrical and it's beautiful. I love Shel Silverstein. Okay, next, I really like, this guy's name is Stephen Gammell, okay? And he did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, okay? They used to sell this in my book fair, and it was really scary, okay? But the reason it was so scary was because it was filled with these very creepy illustrations, and they were like weird, and they were like kind of scary and drippy. But I read these books so much when I was a kid. I loved those books because they were so scary. Okay, and also one of my favorite illustrators is, his name is Quentin Blake. He illustrated all of, most of Roald Dahl's stories, and he also did just kind of like little scratchy black and white illustrations, you see? But I loved these funny little cartoons, and the drawings inside these books made me read all these books because they kind of took up some of the space on the page so you could read more pages without actually having to read the page, which I thought was a good deal. Okay, so I loved Quentin Blake. And one of my favorites of all time, this is Little Bear, is Maurice Sendak. I loved how serious and his drawings were, but they were serious, but they were also still cartoons, okay? Really, really liked, this is a book, look at this little fish. Wow, look at that. They were very delicate, but sometimes they weren't, because this is all, see, they did comics. Maurice Sendak is his name. He also did, here's a very, he also did Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, and this is my favorite, this is my personal old Chicken Soup with Rice. This was my favorite book. It has a little poem about every month. I love this book. Let me read you. In January, it's so nice, while slipping on the sliding ice, to sip hot chicken soup with rice. Sipping once, sipping twice, sipping chicken soup with rice. And I actually make chicken soup with rice now, so it's all come true. I love Maurice Sendak. So those are some of my favorite illustrators. Thank you very much for the great question, Anna. I really appreciate it. Janessa, why did you choose a squid for your main character? Janessa, I think we've gone over it. Squids are mystical, magical. Oh, also, yeah, I guess I didn't mention this before. I chose a squid because me, I'm kind of like hyperactive, and I like to do lots of different things. I like to do puppeteering, I like to do animation, I like to do cartooning, I like to make comics, I like to make children's books, okay? So I do a lot of things. So all the arms on the squid, you see like this, they represent me getting a lot of stuff done, okay? So that's also why I like the squid. So thank you, Janessa. Thanks a lot, Janessa. RJ, when were you born? I think I said 1982. Oh, but where was I born? Southern New Jersey. I was born in Southern New Jersey. I don't know if you can detect an accent or not, but I was born in Southern New Jersey. Astaria, do you like dolphins and sharks? Yes, I love dolphins and sharks. I'll tell you a little story. I was on a very small boat in New Jersey where I was growing up, and we're going along, and I look over the side of the boat, and there's these gigantic animals moving through the water. And they were dolphins, but they were covered in spots. And they were dark colored, and they had blue spots, and some of them had stripes, and they looked like a pack of wolves. It looked nothing like like Flipper, like those like teal perfect dolphins. These were not perfect dolphins. These were sea dolphins. These were New Jersey dolphins. So, and there was a huge group of them, and they were just following our boat, okay? They weren't little. They were giant. They were probably like a ton each. It was awesome. Okay, so thank you for the question, Astaria. Liara, why did you choose the ocean? Okay, so I grew up in Southern New Jersey, and I live in Baltimore now. So I guess I've always kind of been close to the water. I kayak all the time. I have a kayak. I grew up with a canoe. I like the beach a lot, and I love all water. And so that's why I chose the ocean. And I think a lot of really interesting creatures live underneath the ocean that can, go to school together. So that's why I chose the ocean as well. So thank you, Liara. Delia, what is your favorite animal in the book? Squinting around, what is my favorite animal in the book? Of course I like the squid, but let me choose another one. Shay is also one of my favorites. I'm sad and I love beauty. Yes. So Shay is a seahorse. Okay, Leo, how many stories have you written? Well, I have about 15 books that have been published, but then I have another maybe 5 books that I wrote myself, and then I have, of course, all these books that I wrote from all the years. Okay, you see all these books? So, I think what I'm trying to say is if you want to be a writer, you have to write a lot. You have to be constantly writing. You're not going to be good at writing unless you're constantly writing. So, I've written many, many books. Too many to count. Or, you know what I mean. I've written a lot of things. And then Willow is the final question, and then I'm going to show you how to draw Squizzard. I'm going to give you a little drawing lesson. How do you draw your pictures? Oh my gosh, perfect! I'm going to show you how I draw Squizzard. And the first thing I'm going to do is show you a little trick that I've been using to draw eyeballs, okay? So, what I'm going to do to show you how to draw eyeballs is first I draw the circles for the eyeballs. You see that? Then I draw 2 little C's. The letter C. Okay, I'm going to show you what I mean. Draw a little C here. C, 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 C. Okay, you see that? Inside the eyeball. Okay? Then I'm going to draw the pupil, the black part of... Don't touch your eyeball with the pen. I'm just showing you. The black part of your eyeball, I'm going to draw that in, and it's going to become very real. Here we go. Okay? Look at that. Now, it looks like a real wet eyeball that reflects light. Okay, so now we're going to take that lesson, and we're going to do that a little bit smaller right here. We'll draw the eyes like this, and then inside we're going to draw the C's. Draw the C's. See the letter, not see the ocean. Okay. draw the eyes like that. For Squizzard, I draw the eyes first, okay? Then I'm going to draw the smile. Okay, and that's kind of like a slice of watermelon right there. And then I'm going to draw that inside the mouth and fill in the mouth. Okay, so now we have the eyes and the smile. This squid has no nose. I don't know if squids actually have noses at all. And then I'm going to draw this kind of tent shape around Squizzard's head. There we go. That's Squizzard. Now he has little tentacles. He has 8 tentacles and 2 long arms, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are his little tentacles, okay? And then he has 2. He has 2 longer arms, okay? Okay, there you go. So that is how you draw Squizzard, the main character from Squidding Around Fish Feud. Thank you, Cameron Elementary School. It's been a real pleasure today. I hope to see you in real life, and please keep reading. Okay, bye!